beg to move that the grace of the Board of Management be passed on the persons whose names are herewith appended and whom the Board of Management on the report of the examiners duly appointed has certified to be qualified for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy.
It please you that this grace be passed.
Yes, the grace be passed.
The grace is passed.
This Vice Board of Management be passed on the persons whose names are herewith appended and whom the Board of Management on the report of the examiners duly appointed has certified to be qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Veterinary Science and animal husbandry be admitted to the said degree. Vice Chancellor, sir, I beg to move that the grace of the Board of Management be passed on the persons whose names are herewith appended and whom the Board of Management on the report of the examiners duly appointed has certified to be qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Technology. The Board of Management be passed on the persons whose names are herewith appended and whom the Board of Management on the report of the examiners duly appointed has certified to be qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Fishery Science be admitted to the said degree.
This grace be passed.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor, and thank you, Commissioners, for passing the grace. Now we will bring the convocation starts.
वाटर कंटीजेंट सैल्यूट करेगा जनरल सैल्यूट सैल्यूट
Please stand for national anthem.
Has authorized the Vice Chancellor to commence the convocation proceedings. Madam Chancellor.
The convocation proceedings of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, which has been called for confer degrees upon the candidates who have been certified to be worthy of them by the Board of Management for a period from 1/1/2020 to 31/12/2020 and from 1/1/2021 to 31/12/2021 may commence. Distinguished Chief Guest, Deputy Director General, Animal Science, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Dr. Bhupendranath Tripathi, Member of Board of Management, and the Academic Council members, present, former university officers, distinguished scientists, and teachers from various ICR institutes and universities, endowment donors, invited guests, faculty, graduating students, parents, media persons, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. It is great honor for me to be standing before such an august gathering and welcoming you for this third convocation. At the outset, I congratulate all the graduating students for toiling hard, achieving a significant milestone. Similarly, I congratulate the parents and faculty for their efforts in supporting their wards for this endeavor. My special appreciations to gold medal winners. I take this opportunity to profusely thank our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Bhupendranath Tripathi, Deputy Director General, Animal Science, ICR. So, he is an eminent veterinary pathologist and served as Director of National Research on Equines, also as a visiting scientist in Edinburgh. So, he is bestowed with many awards such as Dr. Jain and Vegad Outstanding Pathologist Award, University Best Teacher Award, etc. He served as member of Board of Management of various veterinary universities. So many things, anyway, is there. So we are happy. He is our chief guest today for today's function, chief guest. And it is heartening to me note that this university, in a short span of about 7 years, has established 2 new colleges, one College of Veterinary Science at Mamnoor, Warangal, and College of Fishery Science at Pebber. In this convocation, 478 students are being conferred with degrees under the faculties of Veterinary Science, Dairy Science, fishery science. Out of this, 385 graduates, 68 postgraduates, and 26 doctorates. So I am happy that 18 students are being presented with gold medals. The construction of various buildings at the recent established college is nearing completion. Men's hostel at College of Fishery Science, Pebber, has been inaugurated on 21/9/2021. Construction of veterinary clinical complex at College of Veterinary Science, Mamnoor and Rajendra has been completed recently. I am happy to note that the university has inducted 46 assistant professors in veterinary and fishery faculties in the recent past. Faculty recruitment and their skill upgradation is a vital for university, and it will be a tradition in this university. It is heartening to note that 10 out of the 25 students, first batch of College of Fishery Science, Pebber, have secured seats in master degree in premier ICR institutes by securing best ranks in ICR PG entrance examination. Among veterinary faculty, 86 students secured post-graduation seats through the ICR entrance examination. University has strong NSS unit comprising of 1,457 volunteers. During the period, reports says volunteers have participated in 23 NSS camps like World Zoonosis Day, Veterinary Day, Constitution Day, International Yoga Day, Teachers Day, Harita Haram, etc. were organized. During lock period, awareness on COVID-19 pandemic was created by volunteers at their place of stay. Blood donation camps were organized at College of Veterinary Science, Rajendra, Mamnoor, wherein 70 students donated blood. So university has NCC regiment at Rajendra and Korula campuses. In this, anyway, 70 cadets passed B and C certificate examination. 33 cadets attended cadre camp for 3 days during March 2021. 1 cadet attended All India Trek Camp, and 4 cadets attended Ek Bharat, Shastrat Bharat Camp. 41 cadets attended annual training camp at Secunderabad. So in this anyway, the student achievements, Deepika et al. Won the Best Oral Presentation Award at the National Virtual Conference on Recent Advances in Management and Preventive Health Care of Livestock in India, held during December 2020 at this university. 3 students from the Department of Animal Nutrition have bagged Best Thesis Award in the convocation of SV Veterinary University held during 2020. 11 students participated in the 20th All India Inter-Agriculture University Sports and Games meet held during March 2020 at Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. K. Mohanamba et al. Won first Best Clinical Case Paper Presentation Award in the National Online Clinical Case Conference organized by PG Institute of Veterinary and Animal Science, Akola, during December 2020. So these all are student achievements. Coming to the faculty achievements, Professor B.D. Kalakumar, a pharmacology professor, Dr. N. Rajanna, LPM, Professor, Dr. Shashi Kumar of LPT, Professor, Dr. K. Satish Kumar of Veterinary Medicine received prestigious State Meritorious Teachers Awards from the Government of Telangana, while Dr. M. Lakshman, Professor of Pathology, received Best Teacher Award from Indian Association of Veterinary Pathology. He was also awarded Fellow of Electron Microscope Society of India and Fellow of Indian Association of Veterinary Pathology. Dr. K. Satish Kumar, Professor of Medicine, and Dr. C. H. Harikrishna, Professor of LPM, received Fellow of Veterinary and Animal Science from Veterinary and Animal Science Research Foundation, Bhubaneswar. Dr. N. Nalli Kumari, Professor of Animal Nutrition, was awarded Fellow of Animal Nutrition Association held during March 2021. Dr. N. Rajanna, Professor of LPM, was awarded Indian Teacher Award 2021 by International Research Association, London, by indicated work and inspirational dedication in teaching. Dr. M. Uday Kumar, Professor of Parasitology, got, and Dr. P.S. Banerjee Memorial Oration Award, so awarded to Uday Kumar at 30th National Conference of Veterinary Parasitology. Dr. N. Nalli Kumari, Professor of Animal Nutrition, bagged Best Animal Nutrition Award by C.K. Rao Trust during 2021. Dr. P. Kalyani, Assistant Professor of Biotechnology, received Inspiring Lady Veterinarian Award by Pasadan Prahari during year 2021. So besides this, anyway, faculty of this university are actively participated in research activities as evidenced by publication of 133 research publications during the period under report. Notable among the research achievements of this young university are development of Rajashree, a synthetic poultry variety suitable for backyard farming, and development area-specific mineral mixture, development of vaccine against blue tongue, establishment of feed quality analytical laboratories to cater to the needs of livestock and poultry farmers, conservation and popularization of native breeds of cattle through embryo transfer and in vitro fertilization, and established Gokul Gram under Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So the bird developed by the university, that is Rajashree, is a synthetic poultry variety suitable for backyard. It is a multicolored, improved dual-purpose bird which thrive on scavenging and produces about 160 eggs per annum under backyard conditions. This has found favor with farmers of the state and also adjacent states. So about more than 15 lakhs chicks and growers have been supplied to the farmers under various programs such as Tribal Subplan, Farmers First, etc. So conservation and popularization of native breeds of cattle has got a big push at this university with the sanction of Gokul Gram and embryo transfer and in vitro fertilization of projects. As a part of this, a state-of-the-art dairy farm with facilities for research on special attributes of native cows are being created. Further, embryo transfer and in vitro fertilization laboratory is established at Korula campus. So this about ET-IVP. And coming to the poultry seed project. An ICR-funded project is in operational at Mamunur. It aims at multiplication and supply of improved backyard varieties to rural farmers in the state. Under this project, about 2 lakhs day-old chicks have been supplied to the farmers during the last 3 years. So besides this, anyway, university has established 2 state-of-the-art feed analytical laboratories at Rajendra and Korula campuses with financial assistance under Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RKVY. These laboratories provide fast and reliable feed quality analysis facility for livestock and poultry farmers. Establishment of state-level livestock technology resource center for improvement of livelihood of farmers is in progress at administrative office with financial support under RKVY. Coming to hospital, anyway, a state-of-the-art veterinary hospital is established at Rajendra to provide specialized treatment to livestock and pets with financial assistance under RKVY and a National Agriculture Higher Education Project. So besides this, anyway, the veterinary hospitals locally where Rajendra or Korutla, Mamunur, so regular pet care or treatment is going on in the hospitals. Livestock research stations are focused on genetic improvement of Sahiwal cattle, Murrah buffaloes, Dakkani and Nellore sheep. As a part of these programs, superior breeding bulls and rams are being supplied to the farmers for improving the performance of farmers' flocks. The population of Dakkani sheep native to Deccan Plateau is dwindling fast. To conserve and improve these sheep, a genetic improvement program is underway at LRS Mahbubnagar with financial assistance under National Livestock Mission. Under the ICR All India Network project on blue tongue, a pentavalent inactivated vaccine was developed and the technology transferred to Indian Immunological Limited. This vaccine is currently in use throughout India. Under the Indo-French project on emerging crop livestock production system, ameliorative efficiency of locally available tree leaves was studied on growth and reproductive performance and adaptive capability of native sheep in changing climatic conditions. So keeping in view the impetus given to fisheries by the government of Telangana and the surveillance of freshwater fish diseases in the state is being undertaken by the Fishery Research Station, Phaler, under the National Surveillance Program on Aquatic Animal Diseases and Prime Minister's Matsya Sampada Yojana. Under these programs, a total of 2,222 fishermen and fisherwomen and aquapreneurs were trained. So we have one Krishi Vigyan Kendra at Mamunur. Krishi Vigyana Kendra at Mamunur is creating awareness on modern farm practices through field demonstration and trainings. So during our report, KVK has conducted 24 on-field trials and 38 field-level demonstrations and 79 training programs to farmers on different crops and issues. So lastly, I take this opportunity to thank Indian Council of Agriculture Research for generously funding the university under the AC Subplan. A skill development center was established at Rajendra, and the entrepreneurship development program for AC students is also being initiated. So tabs with civil services coaching material were distributed to 50 AC students. Faculty were trained on ethics and values of public governance, administration, etc. under capacity building. About 4,000 Rajashree birds were supplied to AC beneficiaries under these programs. So the faculty also reach out to the farming community regularly. During the period under report, 135 radio and TV programs were delivered on various aspects of livestock, poultry, and fishery production, management practices, and health aspects. So the training of multi-purpose artificial insemination training in rural India started last year and is being undertaken with the help of Society for Elimination of Rural Poverty, that is SERP. With this program, anyway, it is progressing. So lastly, I once again congratulate all the medal winners and graduating students and hope that they will serve the state and the nation with utmost sincerity. So with this, anyway, I take Jai Hind. So lastly, I request Chief Guest, Dr. Bhupendranath Tripathi, Deputy Director General, Animal Science, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, to deliver his convocation address. Thank you, one and all.
Very good morning to all of you. Though Her Excellency Governor of Telangana, Honorable Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, is not here, but my respect to her. Due to some reason, she could not come. Very esteemed and respected Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. V. Ravinder Reddy, members of Board of Management, Academic Council, veterinary officers, faculty members, staff, beloved graduating students, parents, media, and ladies and gentlemen, again, very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to sincerely thank the Honorable Chancellor, Madam Tamilisai Sundarajan for having invited me as the chief guest of the third convocation of this university. It gives me immense pleasure to be present amongst the galaxy of academia, proud parents and young graduating students from the portal of this university. Convocation is a major event of any academic institution and is a landmark in the career of the student. On this occasion, I congratulate all the graduating students and their parents whose efforts are bearing fruits today. I also congratulate and acknowledge the faculty whose efforts in teaching, training the students academically and molding them to serve the society and the praiseworthy. This university, established very recently in 2014, follows the rules, regulators, and model act of Indian Council of Agriculture Research and Veterinary Council of India, like other farm universities, and has a mandate of teaching, research, and extension. I am happy to note that the students passing out of this young university are securing substantial number of national level fellowships and this itself demonstrates the academic health of this university. Government of Telangana recognized the animal husbandry sector as a priority area and is implementing many flagship programs in the dairy, sheep, and fishery sectors. I am sure that this university will be playing a pioneering role in overall development of the state and technically supporting the government's initiatives. Animal agriculture plays a significant role in the nutritional security of the masses. Indian livestock sector employs around 8.8% of population. India holds about 535.8 million livestock heads as per 20th livestock census and is a leading milk producer with almost 212 million tons, which makes around 23% of the entire world milk production. Livestock sector contributes 4.9% to total gross value added and over 30% to the agriculture GVA. India ranks second in fish production with 14.16 million ton per annum. It ranks third and rank 8th in meat production with 122 billion eggs and 8.8 billion meat respectively. In all sectors of meat, milk and eggs, the average annual growth is always more than 5%. The increasing demands of animal protein and with the rise of middle income groups, there will be a positive effect on the animal husbandry growth sector as such. In the state of Telangana, livestock production is emerging as an increasingly important source to further augment incomes of farmers and rural households. Total livestock population in the state is 3.3 crore as per the recent census, and fortunately it has increased 22% from the 2012 census. This is the only state where so much of increase in the livestock population. It ranks 8th in the total livestock population, but ranks first in sheep and third in poultry population. In 2021, the production of eggs in the state was about 17 billion eggs. Similarly, the state ranks 4th in meat production, and as such, livestock supports 29.6 lakh family in the state. So it is the mainstay, the animal husbandry is the mainstay in Telangana state, which accounts for 9.1% of the state GDP. But having said that, there are many challenges in the sector, such as disease outbreaks, antimicrobial resistance that come as a part of One Health, climatic change that we have seen that how climate change has been causing havoc and affecting livestock production and poultry production, inadequate skilled human resources and infrastructure, and on top of that, low productivity of animals, non-remunerative milk prices. Our milk prices are not competitive, unorganized market for livestock products, and feed and fodder shortage. As such, they are the challenges that currently animal husbandry facing in the state as well as nationally. Most of animal diseases existing in the world are prevailing in India. The economic losses due to major livestock diseases are substantial. It is almost 1.5 lakh crore per annum if all diseases are accumulated. Emerging and re-emerging diseases, especially in poultry sector, they are playing havoc. And in this connection, it is pertinent to say that we strengthen the vaccination and animal health machinery besides strengthening disease surveillance, monitoring, and epidemiological system as such. Antimicrobial resistance is an emerging challenge across the globe. One Health, yet is a very buzzword and a very important and hot but globally important word. And India is also part and working that. And this is, if you just define it, it's an integrative effort of multiple disciplines working locally, regionally, nationally, and globally to maintain optimal health for our people, our animals, and the shared environment. Because of their expertise, veterinarians play a critical role in the health of livestock, humans, and even the environment. recognizing the role of veterinarians in the light of One Health concept and orienting the veterinarians towards One Health concept is the need of hour. Global warming is another major issue threatening the animal agriculture. Unfortunately, livestock, especially ruminants, appear to be one of the major causes of global warming. Methane has a warning potential of 20 times higher than the carbon dioxide. Methane emission, especially entering methane emission in India, it almost contributes to 91.8% of total greenhouse gas emission, followed by manure methane, and also manure nitric oxide. Enhanced livestock productivity, population stabilization, modification in feed and manure could able to mitigate this greenhouse gases emission. Human resources and infrastructure for animal health services are also inadequate. There is a shortage of veterinary practitioners and infrastructure in terms of hospitals, dispensaries, etc. Introduction of mobile veterinary services by the government of Telangana is a laudable step in augmenting services delivery system. There is an urgent need to increase the availability of veterinarians along with necessary infrastructure and organization of continuing veterinary education program for both vets and paravets. Further corporatization of livestock production is also changing the livestock landscape in the country. Rearing of livestock under intensive production system with Internet of Things based management demands a different kind of skill set and orientation. Manpower needs to be trained and oriented toward this aspect also. Shortage of feed and fodder resources is leading high input cost, which is anyway eating a lot of profit from the farmers. Cost of livestock production is almost it goes to nutrition to 65 to 70%. Therefore, the strengthening of fodder production, use of non-conventional feed and fodder resources, and enrichment of available resources should be thought in a big way to overcome this shortage. Genetic improvement is necessary for increasing the enhancing the productivity of Indian livestock, which is very poor. It goes around 1,200 to 2,000 kg for all cattle and buffaloes. Breed improvement achieved by crossbreeding or getting up conventionally. Availability of superior progeny, tested breeding males, lower coverage success rate of artificial insemination is not more than 30%, and inadequate infrastructure and manpower are the major hurdles of breed improvement. Further, properly regulatory control on the use of semen is not there, resulting in indiscriminate breeding. Marketing facilities for most of the livestock and fishery products needs to be strengthened so that farmers get enabling environment to get remunerative price for their product. Probably this is the only sector where producer is unable to fix the price. The initiative of Government of Telangana in providing an incentive of ₹4 per liter of milk is a step in the right direction. A strengthening of cooperative network and also help the rural farmers. Across India, inland fisheries is emerging as an important source of additional income for farmers. One of the consequences of the government initiative investment is the irrigation in the increased water availability of state inland fishery sector. Currently, Telangana ranks third in inland fisheries resources, and fisheries sector is one of the fastest growing sector in the state in terms of employment and income generation. Between 2016 and 17 to 2019-20, the total market value of fish and prawn production increased from 2,000 to 4,670 crores, and now it's expected to increase to 5,400 crores during 2021. Around 27 lakh people are engaged in fisheries, and they are organized into around 4,500 fisheries fishermen societies and associations. To increase fish production and productivity, the government is creating backward and forward linkages. Changes in the big thing now. Indian veterinary education should evolve to tune to the societal changes across the country and the globe. Focus on multidisciplinary education, emphasis on practical exposure and hands-on training, relevance to societal changes, especially in the light of new national education policy, day one competencies, entrepreneurship development, use of technological advancement in elevating delivery and improving efficiency of animal production should be a focus area of current education system. A graduate veterinarian should be omnipotent and should be competent enough to take plunge into whatever field the discipline the situation warrants. It is understood that universities having good research, as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has described, all the gains, all the achievements of university. It appears that faculty and students, they have really done a marvelous job in achieving their objective and the livestock productivity. They have had a very good research infrastructure and very competent and vibrant faculty. I take this opportunity to plead for developing more collaborative research programs, keeping in view the research gaps and emerging research programs, keeping in view of the demand of the state. I further plead of exploiting the technological advancement, especially in the field of electronics, in taking healthcare and precision farming to the next level. I understand that university is implementing two at least major projects from Rashtriya Gokul Mission in form of embryo transfer and in vitro fertilization, and Gokul Gram for aiming at the genetic improvement of our native breeds. A poultry seed project is also implemented to supply backyard poultry and plant the rural households with the support of ICAR. The university has also established modern veterinary and clinical complex and the state-of-art feed and analytical laboratory with the help of National Agriculture Education Project that is run by ICAR. The university is also getting a lot of funding and development of infrastructure by RKBOI. It is also learned that a project on climate resilient animal agriculture is also operation with the help of CRIDA, an international organization. I appreciate the efforts of faculty in getting research projects from agencies like Department of Biotechnology and Department of Science Technology and ICR and other funding agencies to another university. I hope that this collaborative activities would expand the horizon of faculty and would certainly benefit the society. Friends, today, for all graduating students, postgraduate student and PhD, they are going to get their degrees. This is a momentous occasion in their life, and it's historical for them. They always remember this day. And therefore, I would like to remind them their role, their responsibility, and their value in society. They must understand they are most valuable creature in this world. We are all responsible for food security. Veterinarians are all responsible for nutritional security and also livelihood security. You are responsible for feeding 1.35 billion people, for their health, for everything. And once you are graduating from here, when you go to field, you have got a diversified role. Some of you will go to state veterinary departments as a veterinarian, serving as a veterinary officers for livestock development, poultry development, disease control. Some of you will go to academics and become a teacher, become a scientist, or many other corporate sectors where veterinarians are required. So your roles are diversified. You just think of sitting very in a very lonely place and think of what you are doing for society. You are dealing with the food animals. If food animals are not healthy, humans are not healthy, environment is not healthy. So your role are manifold. And therefore, this role you have to play wherever you are. If you are a scientist, you are going to be a scientist, taking academics as your career, then perhaps you need to go for innovation. Normally, the Indian students or teachers even, we normally go for the stereotypic work. Now, our climate, our ecosystem, our state, our nation, they are different from many others. Many of the technology, many of the protocols, etc., they're not applicable here. and therefore we need to have our own innovative research needed by our state animals or our nation. Therefore, I would request all of you to be original thinker and work for the society. And you are one commodity. The people, if you are not there, food is not safe. A lot of genetic diseases, One Health problems. I'm not going to detail in that. AMR problem. That is all creating, that is all being one of the issues that can be dealt with very adequately and appropriately by veterinarians. So friends, you are the student, and you are going to play a big role in the country building. And you are aware that you are contributing almost 30% to agricultural GDP. Livestock production contributes, and it's almost more than 4% to the nation's GDP. So, and your contribution is going rapidly, while crop income, crop GDP is now it is stationary. It is not more than 2%, but your contribution, animal husbandry contribution is rising. And it is going to rise. It is going to rise further, and there are a lot of opportunities of jobs, a lot of opportunity in the market, there are a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurship development. So that we have to take in care. Friends, I think I have taken my time. I again congratulate all the students and also faculty to have nurtured them for today, when they will get gold medals, and they will get their degrees, and so that this moment they would like to always cherish in their memories. So before I really leave this podium, I once again congratulate all these graduating students, their parents, for achieving a significant milestone in their life, and also congratulate the faculty for facilitating their endeavor. I once again thank Honorable Chancellor, Her Excellency Governor of Telangana, for having invited me, and also respected Vice Chancellor to this third convocation. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your thought-provoking convocation oration address. Madam Chancellor could not make to come over here because of some urgent work, but Madam has sent the video message for play here, so that the student and the faculty will be able to listen to the views of Madam Chancellor.
Deputy Director General Animal Science, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Dr. D. S. Tripathi, Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. V. Ravindra Reddy Garu, members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, Professor S. K. Viroji Rao, Registrar, and all the university officers, learned faculty, students, staff, media personnel, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. I am delighted to preside over the third convocation of P.V. Narasimha Rao Telangana Veterinary University, named after the intellectual par excellence and the former Prime Minister of this great nation. I hope the ideas and vision of the noble person continue to guide the university. At the outset, I wish to congratulate the graduating students for the successful completion of their academic program, and parents and faculty for their efforts in molding the students. I also wish the graduates a successful career and hope that the nation gets the best out of them. The world at large is very different from the university campus. It throws open a wide variety of opportunities and a number of challenges as well. I believe that most of you will be serving the rural poor and request to show utmost empathy and discharge your duties with commitment. I need not overemphasize the contributions of the animal husbandry and fisheries sectors to the well-being of the nation and the role of graduates in supporting these sectors. The veterinarian has an important role in treating dumb animals and also in animal protection, animal welfare, food safety, and public health. Since livestock contributes substantially to the national GDP, the role of veterinarians in strengthening the economy is critical. The world is witnessing a population explosion, global warming, urbanization, changes in lifestyle and dietary habits, etc. And these issues would definitely have the impact on animal husbandry, poultry and fisheries sector as well. As the human population continues to expand, the interconnection of people, animals and environment becomes more impactful. Contact between human and wild animal habitats increases, introducing the risk of exposure to the new pathogens. Recent advances help us to understand the interdependency of the health of humans, animals and the environment. It is estimated that at least 75% of emerging and re-emerging diseases are either zoonotic or vector-borne. The recent incidence of swine flu, bird flu and COVID-19 pandemic is a stark reminder of the importance of one health concept which is based on the integrative effort of multiple disciplines. Antimicrobial resistance is another major problem that demands concerted efforts from all concerned. Of late, commercial crop and livestock production started replacing traditional farming systems, leading to erosion in the livelihood of rural poor, which needs to be addressed. On the other hand, the rapid growth in commercial livestock production demands skilled human resources and cutting-edge technologies in animal production and health. It also offers opportunities for value addition and post-harvest enterprises and for boosting international trade in livestock, poultry and fish products. Another major concern is the dwindling population of the native breeds of livestock. Native breeds have evolved over years and are best suited to local climatic conditions. They are also resistant to certain diseases, heat tolerant and are understood to have certain special attributes. I request the scientific community to take steps to conserve and popularize the native breeds, especially cattle. I am happy that this university is implementing two major projects aimed at the conservation and popularization of Desi breeds of cattle under Rashtriya Gokul Mission of Government of India, Gokul Grant Project and the embryo transfer and in vitro fertilization project. I hope the university will succeed in its efforts. The university has had a remarkable journey since its inception and made an indelible mark in teaching, research and extension. The university and all its constituent colleges have been accredited by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The faculty strength has improved substantially in the recent past. I am happy to learn that many students have secured research fellowship at the national level and pursuing higher studies at reputed institutions. The research infrastructure of the university has also been improved significantly in the recent past. Besides, it is also having collaboration with a number of academic and research institutes. I appreciate the efforts of the faculty in getting a good number of research projects for both national and international agencies. With the recent addition of infrastructure facilities and the induction of a substantial number of teaching staff, I hope the university would double up its research activities and would continue to the betterment of livestock and fisheries production in the state and as the country as well. I understand that the faculty and the students regularly visit the villages with a view to provide a real life experience for the students and also to understand the field problems. I appreciate the efforts of the university in developing a vaccine against blue tongue, which is presently commercialized. The area-specific mineral mixture which alleviates mineral deficiency in livestock and Rajashri, a synthetic backyard poultry variety to help enhance the nutritional security of rural poor. I am happy to note that the university has recently supplied these birds to primitive tribal groups under the Nutritional Interventional Primitive Tribal Group as a part of large model initiative. Before I conclude, I once again congratulate the outgoing graduates and hope that they will serve the nation with honesty, commitment and empathy. Thank you so much.
Stand forward.
Will all the candidates for the degrees stand and answer 3 questions put to them by Vice Chancellor with the words, "I do promise" after each question.
Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degrees for which you have been qualified, you will in your daily life conversation conduct yourselves as become worthy members of this university? Do you solemnly, sincerely promise and declare that to the utmost of the opportunity and ability, you will use your power for the promotion of true learning in the service of your fellow men? Do you solemnly and sincerely promise that you will faithfully and diligently fulfill the duties of the profession to which you will eventually belong, and you will, all the occasions, maintain its purity and reputation?
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. B.N. Tripathi ji, DDG Animal Science, I request you to please award the gold medals to the candidates who have received the gold medals. (2020-21) is awarded to Ms. Arabali Sirisha for having completed Master of Veterinary Science with highest OGPA in the discipline of Veterinary Public Health and Epidemiology. Dr. M. P. Mahipal Reddy Gold Medal for the year 2019-20 is awarded to Mr. Nukala Venkat Reddy for having completed Master of Veterinary Science with highest OGPA in the discipline of Poultry Science. Dr. C.P. Reddy Gold Medal for the year 2019-20 is also awarded to Nukala Venkat Reddy for having completed Master of Veterinary Science with highest OGPA in the discipline of Veterinary Poultry Science. Late Srimati Devarapalli Radhamma Gold Medal is awarded to Ms. Aluri Ashwita for having secured highest OGPA in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2019-20. RB 1968 batch gold medal is also awarded to Ms. Aluri Ashwita for having secured the highest OGPA in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the year 2019-20. Animal Genetics and Breeding Gold Medal is also awarded to Ms. Aluri Ashwita for having secured the highest OGPA in Animal Genetics and Breeding subject in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2019-20. Ashwita. Late Srimati Devarapalli Radhamma Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Potlapalli Sahiti for having secured the highest OGPA in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at the university level for the academic year 2021. RV 1968 batch gold medal is also awarded to Ms. Potlapalli Sahiti for having secured the highest OGPA in the Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2021. Also, Dr. V.D. Jatkar Gold Medal is awarded to Potlapalli Sahiti for having secured the highest OGPA in the Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at College of Veterinary Science, Rajendra Nagar for the academic year 2021. Sahiti, please receive the medals. Dr. V.D. Jatkar Gold Medal is awarded to Ms. Marreddy Vinita Reddy for having secured the highest overall grade point average in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at College of Veterinary Science, Rajendra Nagar for the academic year 2019-20. Animal Genetics and Breeding Gold Medal is awarded to Ms. Chintumodu Indu for having secured the highest grade point average in Animal Genetics and Breeding subject in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2020-21. Awarded to Miss Lingala Hemalata for having secured the highest overall grade point average among SC/ST students in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2019-20. Dr. B. Ambedkar Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Banotu Priyanka for having secured the highest OGPA among us SC/ST students in the Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2020-21. Muhammad Iqbal Ahmed Sharif Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Kovuri Gnana Saraswati for having secured the highest OGPA in Bachelor of Technology in Dairy Technology for the academic year 2019-20. Muhammad Iqbal Ahmed Sharif Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Vajjala Tejashwini for having secured the highest OGPA in Bachelor of Technology in Dairy Technology for the year 2020-21. Professor Ravindranath Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Uppalanchi Prasanna Lakshmi for having secured the highest OGPA in Bachelor of Fishery Science for the academic year 2020-21. Dr. D.K. Bidarkar Gold Medal is awarded to P. Sari Sweta for having secured the highest grade point average in LPM subject in Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at university level for the academic year 2021. Disha Gold Medal is awarded to Miss G. Navyasri for the best outgoing girl student at Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at the university level for the academic year 2020-21. Thank you, sir.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Science kindly stand? Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you these candidates and pray that they may be admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Science in P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, for which they have qualified. The number of candidates for Doctor of Philosophy are 24.
By virtue of the authority vested in me
by the Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by research in veterinary science, and I charge you with throughout your life to prove authority of this degree.
Y. Ravi Kumar, Pushpa Mahanti, B. Sainath Manik Rao, M. Anudeep Reddy, K. Preeti, B. Padmasri, B. Rangamma, N. Anita, R. Sirisha, S. Sushma, S. Saujanya, P. Ramesh Babu, J. Sai Prasanna, J. Jayalakshmi, G. Srinivas, S. Ranjit Kumar, K. Prashant Kumar, M. Srinivas, Jagdish Nagnath, B. Swati, degree of Master of Veterinary Science, kindly stand. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you these candidates and pray that they may be admitted to the degree of Master of Veterinary Science in P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, for which they have qualified. The number of candidates for Master of Veterinary Science degree program are 68.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Veterinary Science, and I charge you throughout your life to prove worthy of this degree.
K. Plavan Mujindar, M. Pallavi, C. H. Ashok Babu, G. Shankarlingam, B. Sammaya, B. J. Vanaja Kumari, C. H. Ravichandar, will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry kindly stand? Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you these candidates and pray that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry in P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, for which they have qualified. The number of candidates for Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry degree program are 297.
By virtue of the authority vested to me by Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry, and I charge you throughout your life to prove worthy of this degree.
A. Parimala, go fast. A. Rishikesh Gaud, B. Lahari Reddy, D. Priyanka, G. Sai Priya, G. Tejaswini, K. Sandhya Rani, M. Sai Kiran, M. Suresh, Bachelor of Technology, Dairy Technology, kindly stand. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you these candidates and pray that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Dairy Technology in P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, for which they have qualified. The number of candidates for Bachelor of Technology, Dairy Technology program, degree program are 56.
The Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Telangana Veterinary University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Dairy Technology, and I charge you throughout your life to prove authority worthy of this degree.
K. Gnana Saraswati, C. H. Gopichand, K. Harita, A. Kranti Kumar, K. Maruti Mohan, R. Nandini, M. Shankar Rao, I. Srikant, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fishery Science, kindly stand. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you these candidates and pray that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Fishery Science in P.V. Narasimha Rao Telangana Federal University, for which they have qualified. The number of candidates for Bachelor of Fishery Science degree program are 20.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Chancellor of P.V. Narasimha Rao Telangana Veterinary University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Fishery Science, and I charge you throughout your life to prove worthy of this degree.
A. Preeti, A. Nikhil, D. Shushma, G. Ganeshwar, G. Shravani, Kalarani, K. Jija,